Hey guys, Honest Hour Mitch here for another review. Today we have the Mission Workshop Fitzroy bag. These bags are handmade in Fort Collins, Colorado. If you didn't know, cost anywhere between $275 all the way up to about $350 depending upon the model that you get and the size. This does come in a little smaller size. This particular one is 2,500 cubic inches or 40 liters. I've had this bag now for close to 2 years. Thought we should just kind of dive right into it. So first things first, let's go over some of the compartments that we have. Up front you have just kind of a generic Velcro closure flap. This bag is not advertised as waterproof, but weather resistant. I particularly and personally bought this bag because I was going to school up in Northern California and would commute to class on bike in the rain, and I wanted something that would ensure my belongings to stay dry, was comfortable to wear, and looked pretty good. I definitely did compare this to the offerings from Chrome as well as Timbuktu, and kind of decided on this for the aesthetic of it and the way some of these pockets are oriented. So to kind of lift up that top flap, these have the YKK self-sealing zippers. Now this front compartment here is fantastic for slim items such as tablets, wallet, map, or other slim items that you do not want to fall to the bottom of the bag. And we'll get to some of the drawbacks of this bag towards the end of the video. Second, you have a smaller top compartment here. Great for a wallet, credit cards, keys, passport. When I was traveling in Israel, this was the bag I brought. Now it's got another interesting compartment here. I'm not quite sure what the use or what the intent of it is, but I've used this in a couple different ways, and that's this pocket right here. Now this pocket goes all the way down to the foot of the bag and almost a little bit below it. If you're not careful when you're loading the bag, things can sometimes get stuck on the bottom of this. But I've used this pocket for a myriad of things. If I have a dirty change of clothes, which I do not want soiling, a clean change of clothes, like when I commute by bicycle to work, I'll put it in here. If I'm going somewhere and I have a U-lock with me, and I don't want the U-lock to go ahead and dirty up any of the other things, let's say if it's raining and it's wet and whatnot, I'll put it in here. And now it uses this sailcloth material to line the bag with. It's a lighter material than the tarpaulin that Chrome uses, but I personally think it's more than applicable for this job of keeping things dry during normal circumstances. I got some various things in here from work, but now this opens up to the main compartment. You're not going to be able to see it obviously because it's dark, but I can stick my whole arm into this. For reference, I'm 6'1". Now inside this compartment we have a zippered back pocket. Now this is intended, or they advertise this for use with a laptop, but it is unpadded. It is suspended above the ground, so I do have a 14-inch ultra portable book. It's like one of the older HP books, and it does fit in here quite well. Really, one of the things I found this most useful for is when I commute to work on bike. I have to dress business casual for the job, and what I personally use this pocket for is I will take a collared folded up shirt, stick it in that compartment, and just keep it lying tight against the back of it. I do have the Timbuktu clothing organizer, which I'll review in another video, but most of the time just put a shirt in there, fold the pants, roll them up, put them at the bottom of the bag, and you're good to go. To kind of wrap up the features of the compartments, I guess you could say, you do have the ability, and I've used this for tons of different things, to go ahead and use these front straps to close this bag off, like so. One thing I use this bag for, or this feature for a lot, was when I was back in college, my ex-girlfriend lived a few blocks away, and I would ride my bike to her house with a change of clothes and my books for the following day, and I would put my pillow, because I have a nice memory from pillow, I would use this compartment to strap my pillow to the back of it so I could get to her house with my pillow for the night. That wraps up the compartments. Now on to the carrying system. One last thing I did want to touch on was there is 2 places for Vista loops right here, or possibly a bike lock depending upon the size, and these straps up top are adjustable. Excuse these, they are some wristbands from the High Sierra Music and Arts Festival and most recently Coachella. We're going to flip the bag over and get to the harness system. One of the things I'm really let down on by Mission Workshop is their choice for this air mesh. It's really uncomfortable, especially when you're wearing, let's say, a tank top and it's exposed to bare skin. It kind of pills after a while. Would have loved to see a more advanced system, maybe something similar to what T-Level uses on some of their bags. But that's not my biggest complaint. One thing I don't like, now these straps are kind of just very generic in terms of their cutout. There's not much ergonomics to them. That being said, they are quite wide and they do disperse the load quite well. I have had up to like 35 or 40 pounds on this bag and it wasn't too bad. It could just allow room for improvement. Obviously there's cinch down load straps here for it. They do make a variety of different accessories that will go onto this hook and loop system, or you can just use ones from Chrome or other manufacturers. It doesn't really matter, but it does allow you to go ahead and kind of tuck the bag down a little bit. Sternum strap only included, which is one thing that I might be purchasing in the future if necessary. They do make a waist strap. It is, I think, a $30 or $40 accessory for this bag, and it hooks through the bottom here to cinch it around your waist. No other real harnessing features outside of that. Like I said, I've had this bag for close to 2 years now, and showing signs of wear, but holding up quite well, especially in the padding for the harness system, because these aren't the most heavily padded straps. It wasn't, their comfort doesn't really come from the amount of padding, but more from their shape and whatnot. Now to get to some of the drawbacks of this bag. This bag is actually pretty heavy when it's unloaded full of stuff. Not as heavy as the offerings from Chrome, but not as light as the offerings from Timbuktu in general. That being said, it is better made, at least in my opinion, than the Timbuktu bags that I've personally examined. Like I said, these are all handmade in the US. So let's talk about some of the drawbacks of this bag. One of the first things that you'll notice if you purchase this bag, it's very susceptible to how you pack it and how it determines the shape of the bag when you're wearing it. Although this bag does seem to offer you a lot of depth in terms from your back outwards, or height, I guess, if it's lying down like this, because these pockets are all integrated into this weatherproof material outer of it, if you pack these compartments full, you really have no space in these compartments for other materials. The other thing that I do have a qualm with is, if you're not careful with this, everything in this bag shifts to the bottom of it, and it gets kind of like a pooch effect, I guess you could say, on here, and this pocket becomes limited in terms of its usability. Some more maybe vertical integration of some of these compartments, or maybe making these deeper and kind of expanding this layer out. I'm not a bag designer, so it's really crass for me to give suggestions. I'm just kind of speaking openly about it, of course. So really very susceptible to how you add it. This sailcloth material, though it does hold up very well, it is showing some signs of age, which is natural. Now these bags all do have a lifetime warranty on them. In terms of these elastic straps, I am worried about the longevity of them in terms of how long they will hold their elasticity for. I don't really load this bag up the way I used to, so I'm not really that worried about it at this point. But that is something to keep an eye on. You know, if you're detail oriented like myself. Also, the bottom of the bag, now it does use a Cordura material, or it almost feels like it is a Cordura material. I would have liked to have seen maybe double layer or triple layer the bottom, really to add some more longevity and usability to the bag. You know, the bottom of it is, you know, generally the first thing that's going to wear out or touch the ground. Although this piping around the bottom actually kind of offsets that and gives the bag something to wear on if you do happen to drag the bag or whatnot before you're really busting through the bottom of this. That being said, for the amount that I have used this bag and I have traveled with it, I've been really happy. I've had this bag, I took this bag with me to Petra, Jordan for a day, and it held up well. Held up fine my whole time through Israel. It's been fantastic on trips I've taken. Get a lot of compliments on it, especially in terms of the aesthetic of it. Not everyone obviously knows how much this bag costs, but the people that do know, you know, I got a lot of questions about it, so I did want to make a video answering those questions. Is it fully waterproof? No. Okay, it's not like the chrome roll top bags where, you know, you can load them full of ice and beer, then, you know, toss them in your trunk. If you fall in a lake with it, your stuff will get wet. That being said, will there be any circumstance outside that where your things are going to get wet in terms of rain or a downpour or exposure to the elements? No way. I've never experienced that. You know, and before you'll see any of that, you might see dampness building up inside the bag due to humidity before anything. But in terms of stuff getting wet, not really. This being the only closure system, you do have to be careful. You know, if you're picking the bag up, let's say at a baggage claim for an airport. But if everything obviously is sealed up on it, you know, you shouldn't really have any issues. I personally never have. Just something to be aware of. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask them below. I try to be as responsive as possible in regards to questions regarding, you know, these types of bags. I have some other reviews coming up, including the chrome Sotnik duffel bag, which I have. Might do a review on the Leader Kagero frame set that I've had for a while. Not really sure where I'm going to go from here, but hey, give me a thumbs up if you want to see more review videos or anything else from me, and take care.